welcome back for another book review. Today we're talking about this one. So this is Paganism, an Introduction to Earth-Centered Religions by Joyce and River. I'm not exactly sure on this last name. I think it's Higginbotham? Something? This one. As the title would suggest, this is definitely a book for an introduction into paganism. It goes over a lot of the beginner stuff that you would expect to be found in these kinds of books. I gave this one a 3. It's a good 3, but it's still a 3. Mostly because this is... I'm not really sure who they really intended this audience to be. Because it bounces from more of an outsider looking in perspective, and it always talks as kind of a removed from the community aspect of like, you're looking in, you're not part of the community. Where most beginner books are encouraging you as the reader, you're going to be joining the community, so now you're kind of a part of the community. Doesn't have that at all, except at the end of the chapters, it has these like setups of if you're doing it as like a study group and things, kind of like Inner Temple of Witchcraft, but like way less on the exercise side of things. And I don't know, it feels kind of jarring for the whole chapter to be about like, here are what the pagans do and this is what pagans believe, and then at the end it's like, oh, but if you want to join, here's how to do it. Kinda ish. The other big thing is that this book is kind of old, and to be honest, it's starting to show its age. It happens. I mean, like, even some of my favorite ones are totally dated. Like, when you read Scott Cunningham, there's quite a few things that you're like, yeah, that's old. So I know it's gonna happen to all of our favorite books. And this, it's dated. It's getting there. There's a lot of things that modernly you're not gonna find in books. Pretty much, I think any major publishing house isn't going to include this anymore, but like, it tells you to do like literally, I think they worded it as the Native American smudging ritual. You're not gonna find that really anymore. In fact, you're gonna find the opposite, and people are gonna be like, probably don't do that. Like, use herb bundles, because that's found a lot of places in the world, but specifically a smudging ritual is for specific tribes, you know, stuff like that. Also did not love that their kind of main source for the Norse things was Thorson. Again, not my favorite, because like, he supports the AFA, profits of his work, supposedly. I haven't researched it recently, but last time I did, like a year or two ago, his profits go towards supporting the AFA. And if you don't know the problem with them, it's very niche to the Norse pagan community, but they're a very hateful group. They're very, how to put this to stay monetized? Bad people from like the 1940s era, you know, that kind of era of people that are bad. And they're also against like adoption, because you got to stay with your own and it can be interpreted many different ways. They're just a really bad group of people, really. So it sucked to see him and her, I guess both of them, because it's two authors, really heavily supporting this guy, and you're like, no, not good at all. There's a lot of better ones. But also, I don't know how many people were out there in the Norse pagan community at the time this was written. So he was one of the big names, and now thank the gods there's more. Like, I actually, ironically, somewhat related, the book I've been trying to get from the library for like months. Ever since it came out, I think I've been requesting it, or at least when I came across it, and I've tried, and it shows that there's listings on the Interloan Library for all of the formats, even my own library, and then it just continues to decline it every single time. I feel like there's reasons. I just, so I have to buy that one. But Queering the Runes, like, it's proof that like these old dudes like Thorson are definitely getting moved out, and like modern people are moving in, and I love it. I want to buy that book. It's on my list. I'll probably talk about it next year as maybe either like probably a Patreon bonus, to be honest. If it's not super duper Norse, ironically, then maybe, but most of my Norse stuff lives behind a paywall because they are toxic. The deities are awesome. The community is rough. So I'm like, kudos to you, girl. I can't believe you wrote that book. Like, you are prepared for like, they're intense. And something else that stood out, and actually I have my earrings because I'm gonna be recording a couple of these videos today. We have my Ace Pride. Oh yeah, it's June, guys. I'm trying. I had a necklace that was gonna go with it. It's still shipping, so I at least got pretty earrings that you're never gonna see because I always have hair. But, you know, whatever. As per usual, every time the Beltane section comes up and you're like, but why? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's kind of throughout. Again, most of these books, of course, the chalice has to be the uterus. And once you find out how small they are, it's like, I think a cup is bigger, bro. Like, oh my God, there's this guy on TikTok, I cannot remember his name, but he does anatomy stuff. And like, the stuff you really actually should have learned, where it's like, there's no way like the kids in class would have been like anything but wildly confused, because it's insane when you learn about all of the bits and bobs, like actually learning about them, not just in reproduction, but just like in general. And oh my God, it's fascinating. It's such a rabbit hole. Every time one of his videos pops up, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to class. Let's learn about the creepy crawlies in my body. It's insane. But like your uterus and like your fallopian tubes and everything, it's like the length of your palm. Like your uterus is like this big, and then you got your little tubey tubes. That's it. So small. Why are we obsessed with it as pagans? I get it, it's awesome, but also hands, also equally awesome. Like, to be honest, you could do a lot more with your hands. I feel like in the next like 100 or 200 years, science is going to come far enough along that we probably will be able to do different things for reproduction. I mean, it's come a long ways anyways in the past 100 years. Surrogacy and, you know, freezing your eggs and testing the embryos for like everything ever. That was not a thing like 100 years ago. So like it's coming a long way really fast. But yeah, anyways, the pagan obsession with that, just, you know, it's there. But again, I always judge these books based off of the Beltane sections a lot, and lo and behold, oh my God. And even my husband agreed. It was like, it was a really weird ritual. So for the Beltane ritual they talk about, you have a coven, which is like, okay, everyone's got that. But also a coven with a lot of people. And then you have and it's so sexist. Again, it's showing its age. I don't think you're gonna find a lot of this crap in more modern books. But you have the women have to line up like facing each other, so like you kind of create like a tunnel of like women. Yep, you know where we're gonna go with this. And then the dudes slink through all of them because you have to be really close, and then they like slide through to represent birth, because also that's not even how all births go. Most, like, I don't know the exact numbers, but I feel like it's at least like 50% are C-section anymore. So is like somebody gonna have like a crane and like yank it out? It's so dumb. And I don't know, it gave me an ick factor of like, can you imagine going to that kind of a ritual? I would be so uncomfortable. I think I would leave. Like, no, like it is definitely a cool thing that happens. If that's something that's on your journey right now, good for you, that's great. Not everyone wants that though. Again, I think my pride is showing a little, because like, no. It's like so, and it's like, it's not exactly sex, but kinda, and it's kind of really in that category of like really pushing very heterosexual sexuality at you. It's just, I don't know, I hated it. I hated that part. It was really awkward, and I was just reading it. I can't even imagine being there. And again, it's like putting you into like such a itty bitty little teeny tiny books that we don't need to. Like, again, I get it. If that's like the era of your life, great. But also, like, it's so alienating to a lot of people. And like the pagan community, we have a lot. I think we have a higher, I don't know that there's even been a like study done, but I think there's definitely more pagans that are in the queer community. And so like, why? Like, where's the trans women gonna stand? Because like, where are the trans people gonna be? Is it if you pass enough? Is it if you've had certain surgeries? And also, like, intersex people exist. Now, this isn't to say that like every single thing in this book was bad. I actually really liked, I think it was, I didn't write down the exact name, but it was a beliefs braid that you do on page 64. I thought that was a really interesting idea. I don't obviously think I would do it for me right now, really. But the concept I liked of taking 3 different strands with different intentions, and you braid it, and then you wear it for like a month, and then you burn it and make a new one. I really like that idea. I thought that was a cool ritual. Again, all of these books usually have at least something good in them, but on a whole, I think this one's just getting a wee bit dated. And again, that built-in ritual was pretty weird. For the most part, I mean, it was just, I don't know. It's not my favorite, and I've seen it like everywhere, so it's kind of like, I think there's better ones nowadays. But anyways, I'd love to know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. Oh, I forgot to tell you who I'd recommend it to. My bad. So I would recommend this mostly if you're an outsider looking in, and like maybe if you, again, are a beginner who's just wanting to devour every information that's ever been presented to you ever, maybe you'll get something from this. And like if you know someone who's like kind of pagan curious, they're not sure if it's their thing or not, maybe that's the best of both worlds for them, because it does have that outside perspective, plus like if you want to do it yourself a little bit maybe. But yeah, not my favorite, not for me. I like Deborah Blake a lot better. Penzak is usually better as well. But yeah, if you are a beginner, those are the two authors I would recommend you go and hunt down first. Deborah Blake has one that is like the Eclectic Witch's Book of Shadows, that was for beginners, but really most of hers are pretty beginner entry level. And then Christopher Penzak has like a whole witchcraft training series, so if you want to go along for his. The first two are pretty good. The third one, still working through it, so maybe I'll finish it this year. They're hard to get through. I'm not a follow the book here in a day kind of a person. I like to meander and do my own thing. So anyways, till next time, thank you to my Patreon peeps. If you want to check it out, it's linked down below. I got stuff going up pretty much, I think I have like 5 days a week that I post over there, plus here every day. So I do a lot of content, guys. I'm actually breaking my body doing it. I have to figure out how to fit in literally like close to an hour and a half to 2 hours of exercise like every day now, because everything. Also, did you know, do your posture, just all of us, just like collectively. I know you're sitting there like shoulders back, straight spine, neck back, even though it gives you the double chin, we gotta just deal with it, because like, yeah, it messes you up. I'm not even 30, and this shoulder, I had to go to the urgent care for it because it was so bad. I literally could barely breathe because it hurt so bad. And it just turns out I have to exercise all the time. All the time. And also you can't do the same exercises every single day either. You gotta change it. Yeah. Because your body gets used to it and then throws a fit and is like, I don't have to actually do it. So you have to switch it up. Even if it's just different, like do it in a different order or something. I know. And then apparently also, don't sleep with T-Rex arms. It's a problem. You gotta live with your arms flat. Feel like you're in a coffin, and I hate it. But it made such a difference. It's so stupid, but like having your arms straight as you sleep, oh my god, my arm pain went away, and I'm like, this is the stupidest thing ever. And then again, good posture, and then so much stretching and exercising to relieve tension. And if you happen to be a lady, I don't know how this would apply to trans women. I'm very curious. I don't know that there's ever been any studies, but maybe if I have trans women who happen upon my video, do tell if this happens to you as well. But we hold our chest, or we hold our stress in like our chest area, like shoulders, upper chest, upper back. That's where we hold our stress. And apparently I'm very stressed. And they're like, that's like really, 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 really tight. You should probably work on that. And I'm like, great, love that. So being old sucks. Just you know, you're cusp of 30 and everything just starts breaking. So do your exercises, have good posture, all that jazz. And until next time, I'll see you all tomorrow. Let's be.